Oh, Jarrett bought a Civic. First clean of the ownership. Here's more of a better look at the car. So in the picture, we thought it was rusty back here, but someone just had the bumper taped on. Needs a new bumper, but it's fucking clean. All of it's still existing. There's no... They tried to roll the fenders, so the paint's chipping a little bit, but no quarter panel rust or anything. Needs like a hood, but hoods are replaceable.
You got $1,200 SI seats.
Yeah, it came with SI seats. Someone tried to do an SI clone with it, you can tell, but they're missing the right hood, so don't line up, but I gotta get one anyways. But this thing's fucking clean. Alright, haven't made a video in a while, anything Honda related, but I wanted to upload the build. Jarrett just bought a Civic recently that's blown up. Excuse the noise, we're on a main road here, but you can see that hole in the block down there. Well, you can see it good enough. Bought this thing blown up. This is an EJ6 97 coupe, and we've been kind of looking around at it. We've noticed that the hood doesn't fit right with the bumper, and we immediately thought someone tried to do like a SI clone with it. But we started looking around and we noticed that everything is EJ8, but it's a factory EJ6 car. So somebody parted out an old car that was rusty, or I don't know, trying to figure it out, but this thing's has everything from an EJ8. So we're thinking someone tried to do an SI clone, because it does have SI seats in it. They're not in pristine condition or anything, but still usable. But he got this car for really cheap, dirt cheap. The best part about it is it's rust free. Yeah, it has some surface spots here and there because the previous owner tried to roll the fenders all shitty, and it's got a heinous set of wheels on it, so that, yeah, those are gonna come off. But this thing's rust free and Bondo free. We checked it thoroughly. Aside from like body damage, the bumpers need to be changed because they're from a 97, and to match the 2000 front end we have to get the right bumpers for it. But the back's been pushed in by something. We can fix that. But there's zero rust. Zero rust. This thing is actually really cherry. I'm not going to be shooting a lot of videos on this. I just wanted to at least document something because it's going to be a build on the channel. For those of you that don't know, this used to be my old Accord right here that I H22A swapped it. It's got a Prelude trans from a BB6. Jarrett bought this car from me last year, and he's going to be using the engine for this car. And I think later this afternoon we're going to yank this blown up D series and start getting the engine bay prepped for an H series. Doesn't take much. We just need some mounts. We need a jumper harness because we're going to go to OBD1, because I also sold him a Honda, Jarrett's new Civic, and we're pulling the D series for H22. Yeah. We don't really feel like pushing it, so we're going to try to start or push it all the way to where we want to pull it out. Need more. Need a little more juice. Alright. You have the e-brake on? Brakes are a little locked up. Had to reconnect it. Put it on the starter this time. Now she's got the juice. Again, we have absolutely no use for anything D-Series, so don't really care about the starter. There you go. About right there.
Putting the Daytona 3-ton to work. She's hard to move on the gravel.
Yep, Christopher just showed up. Christopher!
Oh, he showed up ready to work. Look at this outfit.
Oh yeah, he's ready to work. Went and got the cherry picker. Just starting to get to work now. All right, about an hour later, we got the D-Series out. We're gonna put the wheels on it right now, put it back on the ground, and roll the car back because this ain't gonna roll on the rocks. But little AC delete, power steering delete, and D-Series delete. And we can delete some of this other shit in here, like the cruise control and the hard line for the clutch, because we'll do like a steel braided, clean the bay up a bit, get it ready for the H. Get ready for the H.
Going up in the alphabet, folks.
Upon further inspection, there's a hole all the way through. Yep, probably ran her out of oil.
Battery location kit?
You missed it. We pulled it up here with the starter
Oh, I remember him doing that
when we first dropped it off.
yeah. Look at the linkage.
Yeah, folks, we cut the axles and the linkage. We're not going to need that.
Go ahead and move the shifter.
I don't know who's going to buy used D-Series bullshit anyways. You got it in neutral?
Yeah. Permanent neutral. We're off. Hold up.
Voila. Driveway boys style. The shifter just fucking fell out. Driveway boys.
Right there. Fuck that shit.
Cool. All right, that's done. We're gonna clean this bay up. Start getting it ready for the H. All right, let her down slowly. Oh. We're down here fucking yanking the harness off the Civic here. To run an H22 on an Accord, you got to do an adapter plug for the 10-pin JDM distributor, but the factory EJ6 Civic has a 10-pin connector and fits into it. So this swap is a piece of cake. Couple extensions and it's going to fit right on. We're back the next day. Psych. Actually, this clip is about 3.5 weeks after the last clip you just seen. It's like pulling teeth trying to get this guy to work on his car. Oh, we got a full pull. Today, we're finally pulling the H out of the Accord. This will be the last time this car ever has an H series. May even be the last time it's ever on the road. We don't know. We've been tossing around the idea of possibly going in with a couple friends and making this like a track toy only and do a K swap. Hard saying at this point. As of right now, it's just going to get tossed away in the corner. But main focus today, we're going to take the H series out and get it ready for the Civic. Couple things Jared got. He got a Yonaka set of axles because you need swap axles for an H series to go in a EK Civic, and that also comes with a half shaft and everything, so all inclusive. But yeah, we're gonna snag this engine out of here, engine and trans, and he's also gonna be taking the cables and the shifter for now. Maybe eventually get like a billet unit, but just to get the car going. Mazel. So I ain't gonna be pulling the camera out too much, just gonna be popping up with an update here and there. So here we go. Bring the front tires up. A little more. All right, perfect. All right, back. Really was a quick process because this engine's been in and out of this car a few times already, but pretty much only took us about an hour, hour and a half to get her out. And we're just gonna find somewhere to keep it off to the side in here for a minute. We just put the ball joints back in and the wheels on loosely so we can push the Accord out of the garage here. But yeah. We got the H out. Now it's time to take this harness off and prep it with the Civic harness. See if we have to extend some wires. Already have the P28 conversion harness on there because we are going to swap to OBD1 on this.
There we go.
Other than that, it's all pretty straightforward. H out, H in. Figure out the junk later. This car is no longer. We got this baby pushed over to the side again. Looks like it's gonna rain. So right now we're unlooming the Civic harness and we're gonna transfer over whatever plugs we need from the Accord harness, like the alternator plug, and I think that's actually the only thing we really need, but we also got to unloom it and reroute it so it can fit on an H series because it does not fit in its factory form. So yeah.
This thing just popped the fuck out.
Slide her out, Captain. All right. How about a test fit on the Yonaka?
That's shit on the I thought you'd never ask. Don't worry, we already did a packing peanut delete. I don't know if it's gonna fit, Drew. Looks fucking identical.
I mean, it should be, right? Except it should have an outie, not an innie. See?
You're on something.
Bingo to bongo. To bongo.
You got some grease.
Shaklunk. Boom.
Bang. Alright, which one's getting the shit? At least they half-assed the wrapped it.
By no means is this a how-to video, but we're just coming in here and showing a couple parts. We actually took this entire section of the H-series alternator plugs and the 1B plus plug that goes to the fuse box from the alternator, and we got lucky because the Civic wiring is the same wire colors for this alternator plug, so that will be easily figured out. But we're trying to get the harness to where it's not going to be a gobbled rat's nest. At least sits in there nicely, and Jerry got some tape so we can clean it up. But there's a few plugs here that we're going to have to figure out. One being the idle air control valve for the Civic. It is a 3-pin, which is crazy because the factory idle air control valve for this thing was a 3-pin also, and that was deleted probably 6 years ago and swapped over to a F or H series 2-pin. So we're gonna have to figure out which wire is gonna have to go to ground on that, but nonetheless, just trying to get a decent looking harness going. Jarrett wanted to wait to put the engine in until we got a timing cover for it, because it was open timing covers for a while, and he wanted to get the lower one just to be safe for like rocks and stuff. So we're now robbing some of the stepped 10mm bolts from the timing cover on the D series, and hopefully they work for it. But then we're gonna start moving the cars around out here and get the Civic pulled up in here. We're not really sure about hammering in the frame rail yet. We've seen and heard a few things about people having to hammer in the driver's side frame rail for the pulley. We're gonna see. I don't know if you have to do that or not, but either way, engine's going in today. Slide this mount off and see if it slips in there.
I've been holding that the whole fucking time. Survey says it doesn't. It's damn close.
Alright, so we'll just massage her with the pry bar. Just getting the mounts in. We put the back mount on. It's a smoldering day out today, but we're determined to get this done. Putting the mounts on, they're not exactly perfect, but you'll have that when you buy cheap stuff. Money. Alright, we're going to wait to put this one on until the transmission kind of swung under. But, yeah, we're going to get to sticking. It ain't the stick, it's the sticker. Oh, we got the engine in the car. We didn't film too much of it because it was quite a hassle. There's a certain order of things you got to do in order for stuff to line up. And I mean, these are eBay mounts, so they are not going to be a perfect fit. And we knew that, obviously, but nonetheless, the engine is in. You can actually take a step back and see how it sits in a Civic. Didn't have to hammer anything in or do anything like that. And I think that's where we're going to stop for the night because it's pretty late out and we really had to work for this.
Steak dinner.
Got a steak dinner coming. Cooking up some steaks. But nonetheless, the next part we're going to do is probably start stringing the wiring in and see if we got everything hooked up correctly. A few other things we got to hook up. There's a VTEC wire we got to hook up, obviously.
Here's harness.
And
Get in your hole.
the harness is a good fit.
It's the right distance.
Custom Jarrett H swap harness.
To be determined on if it works.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If we don't have spark when we go to start this over, then we know that we have a couple wires that we're going to have to wire into here. But that's it for the night. Got the battery tray back in. And got the harness loomed back into the car. Jarrett put some fancy gold terminals on. We're going to go ahead and tighten up all the mounts, give it a once-over on all the loose bolts. And we're going to kind of make up a custom fuel line here. We have a fuel line that's like a banjo that goes to the fuel rail originally from the Accord, where this engine came from. And we're going to cut a slice into this little collar and get this line off of here because this is kind of like a, what's it called? What's it called?
What not?
A barb, kind of like a push-on barb.
Barb
As
finish.
soon as you get this stuff off.
Rocker barb.
Exactly. On there we got the throttle hooked up. We're keeping the heater lines looped right now because there's one line that comes off of the head here, goes around to the water tube or the water neck, and it loops it. But if we take this blue hose that's from the heater core to the water tube, and then we take this hose and hook it up to right there, we will have heat. But we got some grounds hooked up. We were test fitting this radiator because we got a dual core Civic radiator here. Sadly, it does not fit because it's just too big. So we're trying to debate if we're going to cut some out of this or use a factory radiator. We don't know yet, but that's where we're at. Car came with the EM2 wing. If you're not familiar with the EM2, it's like a 2002 to 2005 Civic coupe wing, and it's heinous. Jarrett grooves. Jarrett approves. We're getting rid of it.
I think they just use like 9mm to find the holes for these.
Yeah, it's kind of wicked. I don't know exactly what they had mounted in here at one point, but
It's probably a fish tank or a TV screen.
yeah, I think they had a hydroponic setup back here. You know what? Just because we might use it on either this car or the CB7, we're going to keep it in the storage unit. But it looks so much better without a wing already. Already got 50-50 tails. Yeah, she's got a rough trunk because they really did a number to the holes they drilled, but
Swiss cheese direct.
looks way better. All right, so we ended up priming the fuel pump, and we got the body harness connected because it was unplugged. But
Jar. Don't laugh at me for using this wrong fucking tool.
we took the factory Civic line and just grinded off the little flange that was for the D series fuel rail, and the factory Civic line actually works. So we hooked the feed and the return up. We're gonna try to give it a start. Where's the gas at? Over here?
What?
Is the gas over here?
I guess. Oh, that was in it?
Yeah.
I dumped it on a weed.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah,
Okay.
a weed right here.
Alright.
We'll see if that weed dies tomorrow, if the gas was good or not.
Gas looked a little old, smelled a little old, but we're still gonna try it anyways because we want to see if we have some success here. Open headers, so if it does start, it's gonna be loud, but
Put their own chip, folks.
we're gonna give it a try.
Not really.
It's not in gear, right? Check if it's in gear. Right.
Ready for contact.
Yeah. Give it a try. We'll know right away if we don't have spark.
Oh, you want to hook the Honda up?
On the laptop?
Yeah.
It's on the exact tune it was on the Accord, so none of that changed.
Fire in the hole. Oh, prime it a couple times. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we got some leaks, I guess.
The regulator or the return line's not tight.
That's fine. It's not pressurized. All right. We're holding. No leak.
Prime it at least 2 more times.
It's full. That little aerated cap popped up, so.
Really?
Yep. No spark. Oh. Woo! Hey, man.
Fuck the distributor wires.
Everyone said you had to fucking do the distributor wiring. We got the fucking thing running. Badass. I didn't think she was gonna go at first.
Oh, I thought I was just gonna crank. It's that old gas, that mower gas that's in there.
It's a fucking runner, Jer.
Sweet.
Jer's EJ has an H. Cool, folks. Well, we're gonna tidy a couple more things up here, and I think, you know what, now that we got it running, I could probably finalize this video. This video is probably a month or 2 in the making. I didn't want to separate it because my channel's not like real big or anything, so all in one style video. From the point that we picked the car up to getting it back here running with a different engine. Car's got a long way to go. I'll definitely hit you guys with some updates, but yeah, sweet.
Badass.
I'm excited. Went ahead and tightened all the mounts up. Came over here, and the throttle cable isn't exactly on yet, but it's enough to at least try. And we're gonna see if we got the throttle position sensor hooked up correctly, because for you Honda guys, you know that the TPS and the map sensor are the same connector. And since we completely rerouted this harness, we sort of guessed because we couldn't really find a schematic with the wire colors. So we're gonna fire it back up here and just kind of blip the throttle and see if we have throttle position, because that means we got lucky on the first try. Worst comes to worst, we'll just have to swap the plugs around, but we're hoping we don't have to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It might actually be hooked up backwards. I guess we can try to switch them around really quick just to see for sure.
Kind of tight on those.
Alright, we swapped around the map and the TPS. We're going to try to fire it up again. See if...
Is this your beer?
That's yours. I got mine over here.
Oh, about 3,000 gnats in it.
Give it a Sid pull.
Contact.
Do it again. Got flames coming out.
Really?
All right, so we did have him backwards, but looks like Jer's routing is still gonna work. So that's money.
Really lackadaisical.
If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, guys. We're really excited. Fucking Jarrett's got a running and driving Honda, even though he did have this one going originally, but we're gonna get back on that.
CB7.
CB7 is gonna get a rattle can black paint job, the wheels off this Accord, and the manifold and the head's over here because we ended up melting the valve. So new valves for it soon, and that's gonna be the daily driver. But Civic is running. Thank you guys very much for watching. For those of you that might be watching this video for knowledge, you don't have to hammer anything in. You don't have to rewire and repin anything. You get the adapter plug for the P28 OBD1.
And extend a couple things.
You got to extend the alternator wiring, intake air temperature plug, and
I was going to say, there's one of those back there that had to extend it.
I think that's pretty much it.
One of the plugs came off the D-Series harness, though. I don't remember which one, but...
Couple things we have to do still. I think we're going to delete the idle air control valve eventually because that's not really needed. And then also this plug right here gets wired into those two yellow and green wires for the reverse lights. So a few things we got to hook up still, but this is the end of this video. More updates to come soon. Now that it's running, I'm sure Jarrett's going to be out here dicking with it quite a bit. So cool. Thanks for watching.